our story begins in episode 6, where we see the Autobots busy celebrating the death of Megatron. Now, Optimus is sulking over the death of his brother Megatron, but Ratchet will come and comfort him and tell him that it was a good thing because Megatron would have conquered and done a lot of horrible things in the universe. So, Optimus is like, fair enough. And we would have to basically skip to the Nemesis or just go to the Nemesis quickly. Because the Decepticons are actually looking for Megatron, searching for him. And they do find him and bring him back to bring him in the medical bay, yeah. Why? Well, because you see, Soundwave believes Megatron could have survived that. I mean, he's been through a lot, so he believes he might have survived it. And they check, and he did. But Starscream will still remove the Dark Energon from his chest, but instead of keeping it, he destroys it because he believes Dark Energon is more of a poison than a acid. An acid, yeah. And yeah, basically. Now we will skip into space, where we see two spacecrafts busy shooting and fighting each other. One is busy dodging energy blasts, while the other is busy shooting at the spacecraft. And the pilot inside is like, "Come on, I can't land a shot. Dang it!" As he proceeds to basically move around asteroids and continuously shoot the other ship. While the other ship, the one he's shooting at, is basically busy dodging, and the pilot is like, "Dang it! If only I can get him off my tail." As he's trying his best to basically move around, not move around. Well, yeah, move around technically, but let me just continue. Move around the shots. He accidentally moved too fast to the point he accidentally got himself hit basically. So he got shot. The shot hit his thrusters, his ship's thrusters, and he accidentally crashed down on Earth. And the Decepticon comes out. Yes, it was a Decepticon, and the Decepticon says "scrap." As we look at him and we realize it's Skyquake, and all of you are wondering why is Skyquake there? Well, the thing is, allow me to explain. You see, I was always wondering why Megatron never came after one of his greatest soldiers, his greatest warriors, because it was stated in the show and a few statements and not comments, comics, yeah, that that he sent Skyquake to like destroy Optimus in some city, like he trusts him. Like out of all the Decepticons, trust him to destroy Optimus Prime. So I'm assuming he's like top tier, but I don't know why he never looked for him. But hey, hopefully we get a reason. But the show's been over for like what 12 years, so doesn't matter. But yeah, he basically abandoned one of his top warriors. So yeah, but let's continue with the story. Now, Skyquake looks up and gets mad as the ship that shot him was an Autobot one. As he looks up and says, "I'm gonna kill you, Autobot." As he takes out his Gatling gun and starts shooting. Now the shots do miss because well, it's the ship, so it's quite hard. So he transforms into his Cybertronian jet form and starts shooting at it and manages to shoot down the ship. But we cut to the Nemesis where Soundwave informs Starscream what the hell's going on as he says there's a Decepticon and Autobot signature piece of fighting. But Starscream says something interesting. But all Decepticons are here. So who is it? Being confused. And Soundwave is like, maybe a new ally. As well, he doesn't really say it, but he kind of like uses someone's voice to say it. Hearing this, Starscream smiles, saying, "Oh, this is intriguing." Soundwave, ground bridge is there right now. As Soundwave and Starscream quickly ground bridge to the location. Now Ratchet informs Optimus that there's a Autobot signature visified and a Decepticon signature. Now Optimus assumes it's one of the Decepticons, but he's like some Decepticons, but he's confused. Why is it one? Why is it one Decepticon? Interesting. So Optimus is like, doesn't matter. We need to go help that Autobot immediately. Cliffjumper, Bumblebee, you guys are with me. Let's go. And Cliff and B high five each other, finally being on a mission together. Well, they were on the missions together, but like together, like at least with Optimus, and they go off. And they would arrive along with Starscream and Sunwave, and both teams are shocked from who they see. Starscream is shocked to see Skyquake, one of Megatron's greatest warriors, and he smiles, realizing that the Decepticons got an asset. But then Sunwave points at something and says, and the Autobots as well. And looking, he's like, oh, scrap. Optimus comes in as well and sees the Decepticon Skyquake busy fighting an Autobot. He quickly checks along with Cliffjumper and Bumblebee, and all three bots are shocked. Cliffjumper's like, that old geezer, he's still kicking. Bumblebee is like, huh, it's been a while since I've seen him. And Optimus smiles, saying, my old friend, you're still alive. As we would see, it's Iron Knight. Iron Knight is busy fighting Skyquake, and he gets temporarily distracted as he sees Optimus and the others, and he's like, Optimus, is that you? But gets punched in the face. Quickly, Optimus rushes in to help him out, as Skyquake basically takes out his blade and says, any last words, Autobots? And then Optimus comes in and gives him a knuckle sandwich, sending him flying. Now Starscream quickly rushes in and helps out Skyquake along with Soundwave and informs him that Megatron is badly injured and yada yada yada, and they escape. And Optimus helps out his buddy Iron Knight and asks, you good? And Iron Knight's like, I'm fine, I've been through worse, you know this. As he gets up thanks to Optimus' help. And he asks Optimus how long he's been on this planet. Now Optimus does explain the events of everything. For the past 5 years they've been on Earth and more stuff, and even tells him about the death of Megatron. Hearing this, he's like, ha, if only my partner came here, he would probably be surprised. And Optimus like, who's your partner? Don't worry about him. We're probably gonna see him in a few days, and he's gonna help us quite a lot. Let me say that. And Skyquake is taken to Megatron's medical bay as he's informed what happened, and he's extremely pissed off and wants to get revenge. But Starscream's like, no, 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 no. We'll get revenge soon, but for now we need to gather resources before we take revenge. And Iron Knight is taken to the Autobot base and stays there with the others and chills basically. Now we'll skip to episode 7. Dang it. Sorry, my bad. We skip to episode 7. Episode 7, I would say it plays out the same. I'm not gonna lie. The only difference is the Autobots kill the scraplets in the base instead of you use them to be frozen Autogon yada yada. The reason why is mostly because of Skyfly. Because Skyfly is a jet, so he probably can use his thrusters to basically burn them to a bloody crisp, and yeah, basically kill them easy. So that's basically what he does. And since now most of them, if not all of them, are dead, it's chilling basically, because now they can ground bridge the others and don't have to basically open the ground bridge to send scraplets through and all that stuff. So yeah, it's basically an okay episode, I'm not gonna lie. But now we have to skip to episode 8. Episode 8 basically plays out kind of the same. Because, well, like this, yes, I would say Wheeljack does get captured and all, but I would say Wheeljack does get captured by the Decepticons, and we still have Makeshift and all that. But that episode still plays out the same. 2 reasons why I can't really change nothing. I mean, they barely did anything besides talk, save Wheeljack and all that. Wheeljack will still be saved and all that. But the Autobots to discover earlier, because Iron Knight did say that he was partners with Wheeljack and they did get separated because of Skyquake. Sorry, I forgot to mention that in episode 6, but yeah. And yeah, basically they do discover early, but still the episode is the same. Episode 10 though is a bit different. I would say, wait, not 10. Dang it. My bad, everyone. I mean episode 9. Yes, episode 9. Dang, I skipped episodes. Well, only one episode, but doesn't matter much. But yeah, episode 9, I would say, is also kind of the same. The only difference is we have more Autobots. So the Autobots are on the mission are Optimus, Ironite, Bulkhead, Bumblebee, Cliffjumper, and RC. Well, Wheeljack is busy. I will explain in episode 11. Skyfire and Ratchet are basically doing science stuff, so they can't really join. And I would say the rest of the episode does play the same. The only difference is that Skyquake leads the Decepticons that attack them because he wants to get revenge for his master, but all the cons get killed and he gets beaten and has to leave by himself since the other cons got. Dang it! I'm sorry about that. And all the other cons got killed, so he has to leave by himself. And Optimus stops the train like he did in canon. And the rest of the rest of the episode, I would say, is basically the same. So yeah. Now we skip to episode 10. Yeah, episode 10 obviously will play out a bit differently. And now the mission that Bulkhead went on in the beginning of the episode goes a bit the same, but he obviously has Miko, but he also has someone else, which is Wheeljack. With Wheeljack and Bulkhead basically being together, it's much easier, but it's still kind of the same. I would say Breakdown does the same thing. He sneaks attack basically Bulkhead and Wheeljack, grabs Bulkhead, throws him away, and fights Wheeljack. And he's having a tough time because Wheeljack has speed, agility, and overall great skill, making it a bit tough. But I would say Breakdown still escapes because he has no choice because Bulkhead wakes up and comes to help out his buddy Wheeljack. But yeah, and the rest of the episode will play out the same. But the museum heist, what can I call it? The museum heist or the museum battle or fight? I'll call it the museum heist, yes. That plays out a bit the same. The only difference is that Autobots have it much easier because, like I said long time ago, like one of my what ifs, which is what if Cliffjumper. I did say Vilcons got boosted, but also the Decepticons. Like, I am not gonna lie, there is no continuity that the Decepticons are not boosted for no reason besides for the plot. To make it harder for the heroes. I mean, villains are boosted only to make it harder for the heroes. But let me shut up and let me continue with the story. And yeah, they would have an easier time fighting Breakdown and Knockout. But I would say it's still tough because Sky Fire and who's this? Ratchet are not there. But the reason why Skyfire is not there is because they're robots in the skies. Unlike the Decepticons, they won't just bring in flyers. The Autobots are more they're more heroic, let me say that. But yes, I would say the rest of episode 10 plays out the same. Ironite though comes in to help out Bulkhead along with Wheeljack to basically steal the what's this the energon harvester because Miko is still captured by that god in canon, and I would say that the energon harvester is still destroyed. Wheeljack and Ironite actually were the ones who come in to help out Bulkhead because he needed it and all that, so it was easier, but still, yeah. The episode is not bad, but episode 11 plays out the same. I'm not gonna lie. I'm joking. Like I said, episode 11 is gonna change a bit. I would say most of the episode plays out in the beginning. Jack graces Vince. Sierra is obviously impressed, but since she's part of Team Prime, she knows why, and yeah. And I would say kind of goes the same, but there's only one small teensy bitsy change. You see, when Jack obviously asks for someone to be his partner in the race, or his car, or bike, or whatever, no one obviously comes in to basically go with him. Bumblebee in this timeline refuses because he doesn't want this to be Optimus Prime's order. But remember what I said, why Wheeljack wasn't there in episode 9? This is why. He's been racing humans for a bit. So he basically comes in and steps up and he's like, "You're going on a race tonight?" "Yeah, but no one wants to go with me." "I'll go with you." "Really?" "Yeah. Because I've been racing for a bit, so yeah, I'll join you." Now, Wheeljack comes in for the race, but obviously has to go against, who's this? Knockout. So everything else would obviously go a bit differently. With Wheeljack being there, he would fight Knockouts and all that. and the race kind of plays out the same, but I would say it's kind of the same. The only difference is the Autobots never figure it out. Why? Because Wheeljack is more. Let me see his list Bumblebee. He doesn't mess up much, and since he can talk normally, it's easier for Jack. Like when they find out Knockout is there, Wheeljack's like, dang, there's a corner outside. We need to move. They move away from the race, and Wheeljack will fight Knockout. But Vince does come and sees two giant-sized bots busy fighting, and he's very shocked, wondering, what the hell? When the hell did your car transform to a robot? But Jack will knock out Vince. Why? To keep the secret. And puts him in his car, and Will Jack has to end the fight quickly. He beats up Knockout easily. Knockout has to escape. Barely manages to escape. He has to use some of his gadgets, and I would say the rest of the no, honestly, I would say the rest of the episode is the same. The rest of the episode is a bit different. Obviously, Jack brings Vince back, and he goes with Wheeljack back to base. The Autobots find out. Oxmus scolds Wheeljack, but Wheeljack shrugs it off, and yeah, I would say that's the end of episode 11. Well, that's a shame. I actually wanted to go a bit more further, but we got part 3 coming out soon, so we don't have to care much. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everyone. Bye.